Thank you for your big hearts. I don't want to appear insensitive to the depth of what depression can take a person. Do not think that I'm being flippant about the condition. But I'm also not insensitive to not having it and defeating it. So there has to be some tools that you have. And I know when a person's in depression, the last thing they want to hear is something positive. Because they will think you're insensitive. And it's not, folks, I want to tell you, this is not mind over matter. When I say take ownership of your life, that is not mind over matter. There's a battle for you, period. Every day. There's a kingdom assigned to you to interfere with your journey of sanity and peace and health. So what? Embrace the concept and plan on being an overcomer. Plan on being an overcomer. There is a narrow gate that leads to life. Few there be that find it. That narrow gate is not out here somewhere that you go chase it down. The narrow gate is right in the midst of the wide gate. And there are many voices in the wide gate asking you to deviate from the principles that will take you into eternal life. I want you to enjoy that time when Jesus said, if you'll overcome as I overcame, as I have sat down with my Father, so if you overcome, you shall sit down with me and my Father. I want that for all of you. To he that overcomes shall inherit all things. Somebody said, well, this is so hard. Can I give you a reality check? I don't mean to be insensitive in saying this, but I don't care what you're going through. I didn't finish my sentence. Relax. I do care what you're going through. Wait a minute. Won't that come off wrong? Can I finish my sentence? I don't care what you're going through, anything that you're going through or will ever go through here on this planet. I'll give you a prophetic statement. 100 years from now, it'll be the last thing on your mind. So stop making it so eternal now. I mean, that ought to help you. You say, well, let's relax. There's hope. And so from Psychology Today in this article, it says there is no single cause for depression. Rather, it is likely results from a combination, and I want you to track with me now, genetic. Now, I took you, if you could bring that chart back up again, please, of that X chromosome. Right here in medical science, they see down here in this X chromosome, down here in section 28, right down here, that what causes inherited manic depression, illness, X-linked, recessive gene to the mother, always appears in this chromosome. It doesn't appear in any of the other ones. It is consistent. Now, God did not create the X chromosome defective. Now, this X chromosome is a carrier for many other problems. You can look down through the list over here, and if you can pronounce these words, you're better off than I am. And so I just want you to take a look that God did not create mankind. This is taken from a chart showing over 1,000 different disorders and diseases that are genetically inherited that man has identified in biology and science and all the rest of it. Over 1,000 genetically inherited maladies. God did not create mankind defective. God did not create man diseased or insane. But something joined mankind that made him diseased and allowed him to have some bats in his belfry tower. And caused confusion and double-mindedness and all these feelings that come. Something, I talked about that in the first session. So genetic is a factor. Biochemical. Now, I just did discuss artificial sweeteners is one of the main causes of low-grade depression. I've been doing some research recently on why is dementia increasing at 400% per year. And I've had some sneaking suspicions about neurological degeneration. I've been doing a little research about what causes neurological degeneration. Some of it's spiritual, but some of it is chemical. Some of the research that I'm reading, there is some strong evidence that artificial sweeteners are producing neurodegeneration. And that could be the reason why we have neurological pathways that are damaged, producing dementia. Now, Alzheimer's is a different story. That's autoimmune disorder. The other one isn't. They don't know what causes it. But somehow the pathways of memory aren't working. In the case of Alzheimer's, the immune system is producing peptides, or a plaque that builds up on the neurological memory pathways of recall, and the person that has Alzheimer's hasn't lost their memory, it's still there. But the thought can't get through because it bumps into these plaques or peptides that are formed by the immune system, and it can't get through. The person cannot have the cognition or the remembrance. The other one is quite serious. So I challenge you in your thinking. There's a lot of natural products out there that you don't have to use artificially created products for sweeteners. They're all over the place, and they're natural and they're safe. I would certainly change my lifestyle to save my mind. A word to the wise right now, folks. We've had to make some changes in our lives to deal with a world that's insane. GMOs aren't much different. There are 45 industrialized nations that are listed in the top list of 45 industrialized nations. America is the one and only nation of the top 45 that has not made GMOs illegal. Interestingly enough, and this is a scientific research, that out of these 45 nations, America, which spends 12% of its national gross product trying to stay alive, more than any nation in the world, has slipped to number 45 in terms of longevity. We're now number 45 of the top industrialized nations of the world that are living less long. This may come as a shock to you in additional research. The number one nation in the whole world with the highest level of psychiatric problems is the United States of America, with 1/3 of its people on some type of psychiatric medicine. America. These are serious times. This teaching probably is quite prophetic for you, to help you come awake, that you don't have to be a victim of ignorance. Say, well, I don't know, I don't like the word ignorance. Well, the Bible uses that term. It says that God's people are full of ignorance. What it says is really this. The Bible says there's a way that seems right unto a man, but the end thereof is destruction or death. So because you're following instinct doesn't mean it's knowledge or wisdom. And right now, America is filled with superstition, living by instinct based on past wrong conclusions. And the newer ones aren't any better. America is no longer a Christian nation, folks. Pray for America, for revival.